think that at some point we really have to have a conversation about what they brought up about what is our educational system and what are our goals statewide, because we do invent a new agency or a new group or a new commission every time we kind of do something, as opposed to figuring out how to align that stuff. So we need to have some of those conversations. But right now, what we need to do is to take the ideas that everybody expressed here and others, and if you have ideas of things you would like to hear, or knowledge you would like to get. We just had a couple. Stanford has some group that's out there. There's other places. If there are those things that you think would help in a subcommittee or whatever to get more depth in any of those informations, get a hold of any of the subcommittee chairs or the four of us that are sitting up here, and we can get a hold of Lisa. We can try to find out those things. And that's one thing that I have been really pleased with. The staff will go anywhere to find the people we want. They'd travel there too if we let them, but in general, they will go and find people and try to get them here. And the one common sense that we were said about Bend and has been said in the committees that I have been, consistency and a common goal seems to work best. And if you look at the top states that do well, it's places like Connecticut and Massachusetts and some of these others, and they've had the same people in place doing the same things for 20 and 30 years. So there is something to that stability issue, and we've got to come to grips with how do we go about doing that. But on the same time, you can also be very stable and do the wrong things for a long time. So we don't want to do that either. So we need to have conversations with each other about how we move forward. And I am more than pleased with the appointments that the speaker and the president made to the people who are on this committee, because there's a lot of really hard workers up here who I'm proud of. So thank you.
And colleagues, I just want to let you know, next week's plan is we will meet as a full committee on Tuesday at 5. We will have a presentation on Measure 98, because that modeling we heard from so much and is guiding a lot of the ways we're thinking about going forward here. So we're going to have a presentation on that, and then break and have our first subcommittee meetings for the second half of our time period on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we will meet as a full committee, and I believe we're going to be hearing testimony from a couple different some experiences from other states and other systems of accountability metrics, both in the state and from other states. So that is the plan. And unless there are any other questions or comments, we are adjourned.
You didn't tell me to check